All right, Grixis Conjecture. So we played an iteration of this on stream in the past. We can be friends, Kuzulu. Thank you for the biddies. The iteration we played previously had Power Stone shards in it, which felt pretty reasonable. I'm interested to see how this build feels without it. This one is playing Pirate's Pillage still, which is nice. This is a draw spell that eventually ramps us a little bit. We've got Star of Extinction, and eventually we can win with Giant Explosions or Karn Struck. So let's dive in and see how this goes here. Friendly reminder, because I know you people are out there, yes, your laundry is done. Yep. People have been asking about the house, and one of the little things that's a big quality of life upgrade is that we have the laundry units in this house are on the second floor, which is awesome. So I don't have to like drag laundry down to the basement or the first floor. It's the little things in life that make you happy when you're an adult. I mean, it makes a lot of sense to compare Magic and Hearthstone. I think it's pretty disingenuous to say that, like, comparing them doesn't make sense. They are both card games in the digital space. I think comparing them makes a whole lot of sense. Ah, you beat me, Brecken. I was close. I was close. How much snow do we get? I'm not sure what our final count is. I think it's finally stopped. It was supposed to be going off and on until almost midnight, so it might still be going. That actually reminded my wife to our dryer, stuff with the dryer. Yep. Yep. I feel like we probably got like half a dozen people with their laundry. That's great. Adato Vanguard's really obnoxious here. I do at least have Vraska's Contempt, thankfully, but that's not happening for another 2 turns, so I'm taking 2 hits from this. Play draw makes a big difference with that card. I do get to stop History of Benalia before it happens, though. Gosh, their hand is good. Could have been that. I think I actually kind of want them to draw a land here, so that way they can play this, hit us, and then I can Lava Coil their 3/3 next turn. Should you open your vault? Definitely. I've opened like a dozen vaults at this point. So I'm taking 6 here, down to... Taking 6 down to 13. Next turn, I'm taking at least 4 more. And then, like, I get to Vraska's Contempt, but I'm still taking a lot of hits here. So I'm going down to 9 next turn. I'm going to go up to 11. They'll have 3 power on board and hit me to 8. So we might be out of range. So you can target Adanto with Lava Coil, but Indestructible will protect it. It is a legal target, we just wouldn't be happy with the result. Alright, let's go ahead and Contempt this now before they get to combat so this doesn't flip over. This flips over is actually kind of annoying for us because a constant stream of 1/1s would be rough for our control deck. What's going on, Mr. Beardo? Start with this. Can I have a shame timeout? I tried to flip a Nick I stole with Eldest. I'm sorry. I laugh because I care. I laugh because I care. That's one of those mistakes that's, like, way easier to make in digital than paper because, like, you know, like, the Nick doesn't have, like, a different sleeve on it or whatnot. Yes, it's like trying to steal Tristani. You are not legal play, not one you're going to be happy with, though. Let's get some instant back to start. So we are super dead to heroic reinforcements. But next turn I'll get to Contempt one thing and Lava Coil another, so that's nice. Evening Wumpus. When I played the week 1 standard open, the week 1 team open, Chris Van Meter was playing green-white tokens on my team, and he had an opponent Nicol Bolas as Tristani. He was like, yep. Get it. I mean, if they Tribunal the Conjecture, I think I'm okay with that. It means they're not attacking this turn, right? It's probably good. It basically saves their creature, right? Like this whole exchange seems great for me, right? Especially since I'm a professional and just like drew a Lava Coil here. I think I just pass. The season rewards do stack if you're referring to limited plus constructed. I mean, my deck has a lot of removal spells in it, so like drawing a removal spell there is not unreasonable. Yep. All right. It's the map, it's the map, it's the map, it's the map, it's the map. Not gonna use the Prime Sub out of inconvenience. You can Prime Sub on mobile if you're on Android, or if you're on iOS, if you open my browser, my Twitch page in your mobile browser and click desktop mode, it also works that way. A little bit inconvenient, but... What am I looking for? Not that. Not that. I start the new formatted Ixalan. Do I keep this and just shock this? I think I do. Can a fellow Hoaglandy and get a timeout? Definitely, Wally. Thanks for the quarter of a year. I appreciate it. Welcome back. We did just move. The new place is swell. Great. So, dead on board, dead to heroic reinforcements, Snubhorn Sentry. Oh, they don't have the city's blessing yet. Please have, God, what could they even have to not give them the city's blessing here? I'm like trying to think. Pride of Conquerors! Woof! Woof! That's a little bit rough. Fountain of Renewal, deal, take it. Star of Extinction's pretty slow here. I actually think Negate's pretty good. We've talked about this off and on in this matchup. I think it's pretty reasonable. Stops a lot of the stuff you care about. You put a sideboard guide in. You're cutting treasure maps? I really don't like cutting all the maps. I think trimming one map is fine. I think you need like some amount of card advantage. I don't think I want to keep a Star of Extinction. I have Ritual of Soot and Golden Demise as a sweeper. Erasure's like pretty good because it like helps us hit lands and it what's it called? And it like takes, yeah, cutting and expansion explosion I think is fine. It's our win condition though is the issue. Mirari rebuys it. I'm gonna cut an expansion explosion. Behold the power of my laptop that I strive so hard to get to. Thank you for the Twitch Prime. Philosophical Psycho, I appreciate it. Thank you for exerting effort. As a millennial, I do know that effort is tough, so I appreciate the effort exerted. Thanks for keeping me employed. I'm sick, so it was a double labor of love. Appreciate you. Well, shoot. Which of the 4 unbeatable cards do I take, chat? This matchup is so poop. I think it's the history, right? Alright, answer to Adanto number 1. Yeah, we can like find a negate or another erasure hopefully before this happens. That's really bad for us, it really is. Things that are not stellar for our hero. This Thought Erasure card is terrible, it takes all the hope out of my sails. We're digging 3 here, down to 17. Oh, that's a threat that doesn't die to Golden Demise, which sucks too. Yeah, I agree, Big F Monster. And like honestly, if you've played a lot of control decks in matchups like this, that's how they tend to go, right? Like you 1-for-1 them a bunch, and then like you draw 1 more land than they do because your deck just has more lands in it than their aggro deck does, and then they kill you. So I'd really like to draw Ritual of Soot or Golden Demise here. Okay, well, it's not a red source at least. We just want them to draw basic planes for the rest of the game. Can I keep that? I'm getting attacked for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm actually just dead on board, so I can't keep that. So you're saying there's a chance. Take a chance on me. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I gotta find a way to send you one of the promo lightning bolts. I got a GP Oakland, redo commercial, sign 2 of them, my last 2 reserved for my other 2. Yeah, definitely. I have a PO box here that if you mail me something with a self-addressed stamped envelope, I do not mind signing and sending back. Alrighty. Are we doing it? I think we're doing it. Since we're friends now, can you settle a debate for me? What is peanut butter to you? Is it a condiment or an ingredient? Can I answer with lifestyle? Is lifestyle an acceptable answer for peanut butter? Keep up the great content. Hope the rest of 2019 is exciting as the last 2 weeks. I hope so. It's been a wild couple of days. This is why Jeff is the pro and I'm not. Lifestyle is the answer. Do we have, I don't have a lot here. We haven't moved everything yet, but I did bring my jar of creamy Jif peanut butter with me. This stream is in no way sponsored or endorsed by Jif, but Jif, if you're out there, it certainly could be. God, we are so good at this, chat. Why are we so good at this? Why are we so good at this? The real question is it only Jif or are you open to other peanut butters? Potential sponsorships as well. I'd turn them down. I only eat Jif peanut butter. Listen, as someone who grew up, whose mother only shopped at Aldi while I grew up, from the age where I was old enough to buy my own peanut butter, this is the only peanut butter I have purchased, okay? You don't buy off-brand peanut butter, okay? Look at this. Conjecture back the Thought Erasure. Don't get me wrong, Aldi is great. They just, like, their branded peanut butter is nothing close to Jif. So, with the Mirari Conjecture, we get to double cast Ritual of Soot this turn, which means with their powers combined, they kill everything that costs 6 or less, right? That's how that works. Where do you stand on Nutella? I don't think I've ever actually had Nutella in recent memory. Remember when I said we would 1-for-1 them a bunch, and then we'd draw a land and they'd draw a spell and we'd die? Maybe I was lying to you all when I said I couldn't predict the future. I think I might have been lying. You'll take my Skippy from my cold dead hand, time me out so I can feel like a martyr. Listen, I'm glad you asked for the timeout because it was coming anyways. I'm glad you understood the direction your comment was going in. Pockies with the brand new Prime support. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed here this month with that. Smooth or crunchy? I'm not really a purist in either direction there. I prefer, so this is my pretzel dipping peanut butter. So I have honey wheat pretzel sticks here that I dip in the peanut butter. So I prefer my dipping peanut butter be smooth. But as far as sandwich peanut butter goes, I could kind of go either way. Yay! Magic! Yay! Magic! Yeah, what's going on, Divik? Garbage-tarian indeed. Listen, I wear my garbage-tarian badge as a badge of honor, okay? Can I have peanut butter do I put in my chili? You put peanut butter in chili? That's wild. I don't think I've ever tried that. I put peanut butter in stir fry. Peanut butter in stir fry is great. Is peanut butter and chili a real thing? That doesn't sound like a real thing. Is it really? You put chocolate in chili? That's true. Listen, if they would have said they deep fry their chili, I wouldn't have doubted it for a second. Because there's nothing more American than taking something that sounds like it shouldn't be deep fried and deep frying the crap out of it. However, peanut butter isn't something that you necessarily put on everything. Fried butter. What if we deep fried the deep fry? How do you like it? Turnabout's fair game, opponent. Turnabout's fair game. Sabotage, Eldest Reborn. I think I just take the Eldest Reborn here. Yeah, alright, sweet. Peanut butter on burgers. That's what I've heard of before, but not one that I've done. Why are we not playing Chemist's Insight? Pirate's Pillage seems awful. I believe the idea is that Pirate's Pillage helps us ramp up. Pirate's Pillage is also completely free when you have the last stage on Conjecture going, which is nice. Getting to Star of Extinction ahead of curve is pretty reasonable. It curves into turn 5 star. Yeah, exactly. Alright, don't have a counterspell. God bless. And then I think if this stays on the board, which it should in a Grixis Mirror, I'm not gonna Thought Erasure this turn because I would like to double up next turn. Mac and cheese and ketchup. You know what's really good with mac and cheese, actually? Avocado and, what's it called? Avocado and, tomatoes are fantastic. Well, that hand is really bad. None of these cards do anything. There aren't creatures in my deck. I guess Karn makes creatures, huh? It's raining money, do-do-do-do, it's raining treasures, do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. Nice opportunity. That's what, discard one, draw 4. Pretty easy mulligan in the dark. Just like, I feel like I can't keep just like do nothing till turn 4 card. Very reasonable. I'm gonna bottom the Conjecture because I'm looking for lands at this point. I feel like I should plug myself a little bit more just in case, because there's new people here on the evenings usually. If you're enjoying my content, you think a lot of decks that we played are sweet, a lot of these decks that I'm playing this evening are viewer-submitted deck lists. And if you're interested in getting your deck played on stream at some point in the future, be sure to check out my website for the deck submission details. For subscribers, you can get a deck added to my queue for as little as 10 bucks. This is a handful of Magic the Gathering cards. Yes, it is. So I just take Jadelight Rangers and hope they never draw a land, right? That's the plan. I'm not saying it's a good plan, but I'm saying it's what we've got. It's what God's given me to work with here, so I'm gonna do my best. Game 1 Duress. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Yep, yeah, Aristocrats is in the queue already. A couple different iterations of Aristocrats. You can find all of the upcoming deck lists, including ones for new standard cards, on my website as well at the deck queue page. I'd like to keep things nice and organized so people can find what they're looking for. What's going on, Twin? You're catching us at the tail end here. I've been going for almost 6 hours. Probably got another 45 minutes or so with this deck. Yeah, they're like pre-boarded for control, right? Like my opponent's like really upset with Jeskai control and we're getting punished for it. Yeah, this is gonna be my last deck of the night. for sure. Wait on discovery to copy it with explosion. Maybe. Turbo Fog should be interesting. Honestly, the thing I'm looking forward to most is playing what's it called? The silly flash deck. I'm a sucker for a flash deck. It's been a minute. Love the content. Keep up the amazing work. America, thanks for re-upping for the 4th month in a row. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Person sent me a board guide with this, so I assume green black's on it. Cut Moment of Craving. They cut Karn. They bring in Banefire in this matchup. I don't know if I like bringing in Banefire. I guess it's hard to protect Karn, so I don't mind cutting him. I don't think I want to cut Discovery for Banefire. Yeah, it was a tough one, Matt. It was definitely a tough one. Karn can't feel love. He can, however, feel the searing blaze of a meteor coming down upon him. I guess I keep this. Yeah, the band flash deck looks really sweet. That's the one I'm most excited for to play. Which I'm sure means it's going to be terrible, but it'll be flashy terrible, so God bless. The good news is, my opponent's deck likely doesn't get much better post-board because all the cards they want against me are in their main deck. I think Absorb's very good, Brecken. I think a lot of people are going to be undervaluing how good it is. There are 4 Absorbs in my Bant Flash deck and 0 Sinister Sabotages, and that is intentional. It's possible I should have just Lava Coiled this Branch Walker for the sake of resource efficiency. I don't have a Sweeper in sight, so I'm probably going to spend a removal spell on it at some point. Welcome back, Psycho. Yep. Can you explain why Absorb is good? Absorb is good because it makes your cancel, your 3-mana counterspell, really good in the matchup where that type of effect is generally extremely lackluster. It makes your counterspell, your 3-mana counterspell, something you're excited to draw against aggro. I've just been typing, am I free yet, in chat for the past 10 minutes. What a sad, tortured existence. That can stay right there. Hopefully they play Vivian this turn and I get to Contempt it. Might just, actually, I think I'm just gonna Contempt one of these. I think I want to keep my health total high here. I need an instant to get back with the Mirari Conjecture anyways. I don't know what a Grixis flashback deck is, so it's hard for me to give you my opinion on it when I don't know what it is. I'm gonna just Explosion here for 6, I think. Viva La Skippy Revolution, but I figured that would just get me timed out again. Don't mind me. The picking up some cards. It's interesting that they cracked their Folly while they had Carnage Tyrant in hand. You ever killed someone with the explosion draw? I've not. In a pretty good spot here. Grab Lava Coil. Pretty much at this point. I think I'm happy with how we boarded there. Yeah, the last time we played this deck, we had Power Stone Shards in it for generating big explosion kills. I'm not sure that I definitely haven't played enough games to gauge how it is with or without it. The Power Stone Shards did make for good television. That I agree with. That is a good assessment. Looking for that blue source. If we don't find it by 2, I do have Discovery to go digging for it. I really hope the biggest feature that should be pretty simple for them to implement that I hope gets added with this new set patch, I really hope we get a best of 3 direct challenge mode. That should not be something incredibly difficult for them to add in, and it's something that's desperately needed. I think, and I need to work out all the logistical details of this, obviously, but I think if they add a Directive 3 best challenge mode, I'm gonna host some sub-only tournaments. You have a wife and kids, but rarely seem tired on stream. I have a wife and kids, and I'm always tired. What's your secret? Take turns taking naps. Naps are great. Like, my wife slept for 3 hours this afternoon, and then I'm going to be working late-ish tonight, but I'll sleep in tomorrow. Ritual of Soot is perfect on top of my deck, because it means it doesn't get duressed there. Oh, I missed the shill. The secret to always being well rested is sleeping on a Lisa mattress, obviously. bit.ly/Hooglebed. You can save up to $160 or more on your new mattress or them. This Ritual of Soot is so good. It's so good. Bye, friends. Woo. Cha-ching. Got him. Got him. It's rolled past 10 p.m. chat, which means it's shill time, but it's late night shill time. These people are great. Buy their stuff. These folks also swell. Buy their stuff. All right, back to the magic. Back to the Magic Gathering. Swell versus great. Discuss. What are the merits of swell versus great? Yeah, it seems very reasonable. We're on the play. We need a third and fourth land, but we have Thought Erasure and Treasure Map to hopefully help us get there. Basic mountain, eh? It's been a while since we've hit an intro deck, but here we are. And before, I mean, they might wreck us. This deck probably doesn't have a great red aggressive matchup. And even like a mediocre red aggressive deck's probably still good against us. What new card am I most excited for? The Lizard Wizard. You're a Lizard Wizard, Harry. It really hurts to bottom Contempt against a red deck, but here we are. Man, look at how imbalanced this card is. This card has 2 more power than Grey Ogre. What unbelievable power creep Magic the Gathering has. So ridiculous, this game. The Lizard Wizard is the Mystic Snake card. The blue, green, counter spell when it enters play. The latest set is not in the bot as of yet, I don't believe. You know, I'm actually just gonna Lava Coil here and keep my health total high. I have the expansion next turn to kill their 4-2. Do you think there could be a possible new Mardu Pyromancer in the new set? I'm not sure what you mean. Does MTGO get the new set on the 17th as well? I have no idea. I probably should know that, but I don't. I don't intend to play Modern until like the 19th or so. The first couple days after the set hits, I'm going to be doing all standard, so I haven't really paid attention to what Magic Online is doing. I have to, it gets it right around the same time, I believe. So I can do this for X is 5. I think Thief of Sanity is great. Why do you gotta stop jamming Thief of Sanity? That card's wonderful. Curving Thought Erasure into Thief of Sanity is like quite fantastic. Fret not, trust your instincts. Yep, agree. Firm agree. Wow, busted. 4-3 with trample. Man, I feel like I've missed out on a lot of fantastic artwork by not being familiar with Magic's unplayable cards. There's so much sweet art on these cards that I'll just like never see constructed play. Erasure into Thieves like Probe into Glister Elf. It's almost better in some ways. It's like Probe into Glister Elf if you like have Force of Will to predict your elf. Unplayable is rude. Deal. Show me your secrets. I almost feel bad. We're just like policing this person's fun so hard right now. What do we got? We get to explosion for 6 next turn. Their deck's full of basic mountain. They don't have feelings. Have you talked about best of 1 versus best of 3 for competitive? I mean, there's literally, my only comment on best of 1 versus best of 3 for competitive is there's literally a comment from Aaron Forsyth on Twitter talking about how they have no intention of switching to best of 1 for competitive Magic. There's just a bunch of people writing a bunch of clickbait articles trying to get people riled up about something they might not like. I think Magic supporting best of 1 is great for Magic because it's a new game mode that people love playing. And if a game mode makes people excited to play Magic, then it's a good game mode. Just because you don't like a game mode doesn't mean the game mode is bad. It just means that game mode's not for you. That's how this deck wins with no creatures. Alright, I would like some Moment of Craving, like an extra Lava Coil. Probably don't mind cutting Karn here. Star of Extinction seems kind of mediocre. They actually don't have that many individual threats. So Eldest Reborn probably isn't terrible. He said it's TBD on Arena. Sure. They didn't have that many small creatures, so I'm not going to port in Golden Demise. They had more combat tricks than anything. If they want to do some competitive focused events, in my opinion, best of 1 being a thing that exists is no different than limited being a thing that exists. I don't like limited, but I don't go around talking about how limited's bad and it needs to not exist and it's ruining Magic. I just instead don't play limited. So if you don't play best of 1, even if there are competitive best of 1 things, you don't need to go around complaining about how best of 1 is terrible and ruining Magic. Just don't play the things that you don't want to play. You ever had a list that ran Noxious Revival and Narset Cannon? That could be okay. Noxious Revival is like good against Disruption, I guess. I agree, but the rank mode isn't done. Like most things, I would bet large amounts of money that the reason why best of 3 doesn't exist in rank mode or on... Here's why it doesn't exist on ranked mode or direct challenge right now isn't because they don't want it to. It doesn't exist in those places because they haven't had the time to make it happen yet. It's not there because of some malicious getting rid of best of 3 Magic reason. It's not there yet because they haven't had time to do it yet. They're going to start to design more cards for best of 1. It's going to... I don't think that's true at all. In fact, I think... here's a good example. Do you know what designing cards with best of 1 in mind means? Designing cards with best of 1 in mind means more modal cards, more cards that are good in different situations. Look at the split cycle from this latest Rav Allegiance set. Those are the types of things that designing for best of 1 means that we're gonna get. Then that's awesome. Sign me up. Design tons of cards with best of 1 in mind because modal Magic cards are some of the sweetest types of cards that exist. Cards that are flexible in a variety of situations that are rarely dead. Those are fantastic cards to have, especially if you want to play interactive Magic. So So I don't even like Best of One as a gameplay mode, but if Best of One as a gameplay mode means we're gonna get more cards like this latest cycle of split cards, sign me up. Design a bunch of cards with Best of One in mind. Please and thank you. I agree. I think Magic Arena has blown past any realistic expectations Wizards of the Coast has set, and someone at Hasbro noticed it blowing past all those expectations, and they've accelerated timelines when they weren't necessarily ready to be accelerating timelines. Would like it, don't mind another red source here. Probably just gonna Contempt one of their things. How am I liking this deck so far? It's okay. I think this deck is interesting and neat, but I think the finishers that control decks have access to in terms of creatures like Nicol Bolas and Niv Mizzet and some of these other things, I don't think if your goal is purely competitive, that it makes a ton of sense to skip out on those finishers. Hey, Dick Tug. Why did I read that name? All right, Tug, we're just gonna call you Tug. What's going on? Thanks for the 4 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks, Tommy boy. Pirates Pillage with Treasure Map is really sweet, by the way. That's what we like to call a combo in the biz. So there's 10 split cards in the new set, and I think 8 of them are likely constructed playable. I think one of the black-white ones and one of the black-red ones are probably leave a little bit to be desired, but I think the other 8 all stand a very reasonable chance of seeing constructed play. I thought I had an expansion explosion in here. I guess not. We'll dig for one next turn. Oh, did I bottom that? I bottomed that, right? Tilt. My username is not so kid-friendly. It's fine. We'll just call you Tug from now on. Tug is the PG part of your username. Actually, let's Pirates Pillage here. Good, next turn I can pillage and draw 4 cards for free, basically. Oh, I guess I could draw a card here with this too. It's 1 less mana though, potentially. I think I was supposed to do this on my turn. I'm gonna draw a sorcery and feel bad. Yeah. It's a pretty big punt. So this is 8. I actually just get to 20 them with Expansion Explosion here. That's fantastic. This is how this deck tries to set up to win. Like I said, it's incredibly sweet. We've played iterations of this before. There's something that's like really sweet and unique in Magic about winning without creatures. Especially with setups like this. It's like the old... And you get to win the game with 20 extra cards in your hand. What's not to love? Step into my office, shall we? Someone asked earlier about Pirates Pillage versus Chemist's Insight. That was a fantastic example there of some of the power that Pirates Pillage offers when we have our Mirari Conjecture going. I think this next one is going to be my last match of the evening. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Hope you're having a great Saturday and a great weekend wherever you're at. I'm going to be taking tomorrow, Sunday off. However, I'm going to be live for 8+ hours every single day, Monday through Friday this week. So I'm going to be doing all standard on Monday, Thursday, and Friday. And I'm going to be doing Modern and Legacy on Magic Online Tuesday and Wednesday. This Thursday, the 17th, is when we get the new set released on Magic Arena, and I'm going to have a fully stocked account after I cut Wizards of the Coast to check for all of my dollar dues, and we're going to play nothing but new standard brews and updated standard decks with new sweet cards for probably 10 hours a day on Thursday and Friday. Yes, if you kill your opponent while also decking yourself with Explosion, it is a draw. However, if that's going to happen, you just make your opponent draw. It's target player draws cards, not you draw cards. All right, well, Adanto Vanguard's real annoying here, so let's get rid of that. Not quite ready for a Conjecture yet. RNA cards release on the 17th. There's a streamer pre-release event on the 16th for the new set cards, but that event is best of one only, so I declined the invite to that. So, decided that playing best of one Magic all day on stream was going to cause me no end of frustration, because I don't really enjoy playing best of one Magic. So I decided that tournament just wasn't, that event day wasn't going to be for me. I need you to break standards so I know what I'm playing at Indy. Yep. If this Bant Flash deck is playable, I might go to Indianapolis and play it, because I'm a sucker for a good Flash deck. Well, it's not direct challenge duo. So like the streamer event is going to have actual normal queues in it. They just got rid of all the best of 3 queues. Well, I'm in for Lava Coil here, right? They've got double Shalai in their hand. Few turns away from this Star of Extinction. Good. Kill this one with fire. Well, we didn't draw another spell yet, but we are guaranteed to play the Star of Extinction on 7, so we got that going for us. I've got a sample deck list for Black-Red Pirates with Judith in my deck queue. If you're interested in what my build of Black-Red Pirates is going to look like, that we'll probably be trying on Thursday or Friday, you can check that out. I think you want some amount of Judith and Pirates. The card's just really good. Just like a Lord effect that deals damage to your opponent when your stuff dies, like good in every aggro deck. I mean, everything in coding takes time, Tumos. So I wouldn't be surprised if they, again, just like don't have time, just like all their timelines are rushed. Need to make a beer and don't get back in time. Thanks for the weekend stream. You too, Tick. Have a good one. What you got, opponent? Please play out more creatures so I can send them to extinction. Thank you. They have a Convoke card here. Why didn't we attack with Thorn Lieutenant? They have an Elephant. God, this would be so good if this was like Amara into Elephant. Well, it's the same rig, Ed Bingo. I upgraded my computer over the summer, so this computer's fairly recent. I have an i7 8700K and like a 1080 graphics card. So we just had to get things. We moved to the new house over the weekend, so that's why I tweeted a picture of my setup. That was fantastic for us. The Azurius guild seems sweet. I think it's really awesome that they took Azurius in the direction of being a tempo deck rather than more control cards. Keeps Teferi in check a little bit. Azurius does have very good split cards. Agree with that assessment. Super excited for their split cards. You take their thoughts away here in a second. Maybe they might have another Conclave Tribunal. Like, just thinking about cards that they're not playing out here, Conclave Tribunal makes sense as a card they could be holding. We got an awesome tempo threat on Unbanned Twin. The 1-mana 1/1 flyer, the Drake Serpent or whatever it's called, is really good. The one that adapts to get huge. The Salamander Drake. Yeah, that card's nuts. That card's probably modern and legacy playable. Yeah, Terramander. Yeah, the Terramander is fantastic. Alright, I'm going to cast Sphinx's Revelation here in a second. You let me know how you feel about it. I think Gruul's the best? I don't know. I think Gruul seems fine. Don't mind me. I appreciate someone who understands when things are over. Thank you, opponent. Truly, truly a gentleman and a scholar. What are my cuts? I don't mind trimming Karn in most of these matchups. Non-control matchups, cutting Karn seems fine. Definitely want all the sweepers. Do I just cut the Vraska's Contempts? I think so. The token deck doesn't tend to play a lot of Planeswalkers. Is Terramander better than Delver in Modern or Legacy? I don't think it's better in some situations. It's a much better top deck in the late game. The other thing too, though, is that you need to realize, I think there's a number of decks in Modern and Legacy that just want to play 8 Delvers, and it's basically another set of Delvers in a lot of decks, which I think is the biggest deal. In general, is it better to tech against aggro or control for the first game of best of 3? That's a really good question. In general, it is correct to set your deck up to be good against aggro for game 1 in best of 3, unless a format is very heavily slanted towards control. The reason why you want to hedge aggro game 1 in best of 3 is because aggro decks give you far less time to find your cards that are meaningful against them. So for instance, let's say you put 4 cards in your deck that are really good against control, and you know you have 8 or 10 cards that are really good against aggro. Well, against aggro's good draws, you're going to die by like the 5th turn of the game a lot of the time, right? So you only get to see like your starting 7 plus 4 or 5 more cards. Whereas against control, when you lose to control, you're not going to lose till turn 10 or 12 or 13. So if you have a card that's really high impact against control, you need less of them, especially game 1, because you're far more likely to live to find that impactful card in the control matchup. Is the new Sphinx broken like people are saying? Is or not? I feel like the Sphinx is either unplayable or really good, and I'm not sure which of the two camps it falls into without playing it. The Sphinx is a very unique design, and it's one that I'm not willing to go on record with a evaluation of without getting to play games with it first. Yeah, the Scry one. I actually agree that main deck Negate is pretty good right now for the reason that W card gave, which is that, like, I board in Negate in my control decks against white-red aggro. So, like, if your Negate is good against aggro, it's also great against control. It means it's only mediocre against mid-range. Probably worth main decking. All right, we've cast double Discovery. Can we hit a third land with the second one? God bless. I'm going to bin that. Really just want to find my fourth land next turn so I can get this Ritual of Soot going. Yeah, I feel like the key to the Sphinx is, like, the Sphinx is only going to be good if you can find a deck that might want to play a 4-4. A 4-4 for 4. I think I just do this. And then next turn I can do this. I get in trouble here if they have Lyra, because if they play Lyra this turn, I won't be able to kill Shalai with the Lava Coil anymore. Tristani. Okay, Tristani's bad for me for the same reason. I think we're probably dead, honestly. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go to the next one. Can't beat that while missing land drops. Run it back here. This is gonna be my last game of the night. Thanks everyone for hanging out through the end. I really appreciate it. Remember, if you enjoy the content you're doing, make sure you follow the channel. At the very least, following doesn't cost you anything. Let you know when I go live and with what. I'm live during the daytime US Monday through Friday. I'll be live this week on Monday, Thursday, and Friday with arena stuff. If you can't watch during the day US, be sure to check out my website as well as my YouTube channel. Basically, everything I stream gets archived. So, for instance, after I sign off tonight, I don't actually stop working for another hour or so. I take all my videos and I cut them up and I send them off to the YouTube so you can, folks who missed them live tonight will be able to find them in the morning. That's just how it goes sometimes. Huh. I think I just take March of the Multitudes here. I have Lava Coil to clean up their 2-2. I think bidding that is fine because I'm pretty far off of it. Next turn we'll coil their Amara, and the following turn we'll get Treasure Map going. Some sloppy YouTube seconds, yep. Gross. Yeah, Spawn of Mayhem has potential. That's the 4-4 with Spectacle, right? The new demon. Yeah, I agree with that. I think there's a good chance the Sphinx is standard playable, but not modern playable. I think a lot of people think the power level of modern is a lot lower than it actually is, which explains why people think cards like Stoneforge Mystic should stay banned, because they think modern is this low power level format, when in reality it's incredibly high power level. So I don't know how this whole Twitch thing works, but like when I get charged for my sub-renewal, does that when the alert goes through to you? No, actually. So when you get charged for your for your resub the next time you log in on your desktop, and I believe on mobile now, but definitely on desktop, a notification will pop up at the top of your chat offering to let you share your resub. So even if I'm offline when your sub renews, the next time you catch me live, you'll be able to share a message in your resub month. It does work on mobile as well. Excellent. Remember that time Past Jeff binned the Star of Extinction? Pepperidge Farm remembers. I probably should have kept the Star of Extinction as an insurance plan. Oh, I can't keep this. It just doesn't. I should have done that. I should have dug for Star. I guess this lets me get a redraw here. I'm 1 mana short of casting Star, though. Ritual of Soot and removal spell for this keep me alive, though. Alright, well, I mean, that's a removal spell for that. What roommate do you think an excellent player could get with a modern deck and standard? I have no idea. Depends on what kind of deck, honestly. So this does let me draw 2 more cards, so I'm not dead this turn. Even if they have a land, they can't flourish because Nullhide Ferox is preventing it. I think you'll probably want to play a mix of the two, Dusty. I think Warrant Warden is very good. Oh, I just gave them another token. Whatever. Need a sweeper anyways. So my partner loathes the way you pronounce magic names. The first time you said Lero, I was watching without headphones. I was greeted with an agonized groan from the other side of the room. So I've started calling you Jeffrey in defiance. Long live Teffrey. Jeffafa. Who was that? What was that? What's the comedian who had the puppet Jeffafa? Jeff Dunham? Does the marionette puppet type things. Alright, we're dead. Yeah, I think I lost myself this last game. I think if I would have kept the Star of Extinction, we probably would have been in this game. No guarantee, because they do have 2 more spells up here. But I think I would have been in a better spot if I would have kept the Star of Extinction there for sure. Should have been thinking more about like how do I get locked out of the game. Nullhide Ferox was very good against us there. As far as this deck is concerned, I don't know that I could really evaluate how I feel about this build versus the build with Power Stone Shards that we played previously. I do know that the Power Stone Shards made for good television. Someone commented on that earlier, and I really liked it. Wow, I figured out how to do the thing. Team Hackman, thank you for the 8 months. I really appreciate the 2/3 of a year. Welcome back. Hope you're having a good weekend. I think this deck is neat, but I think neat is kind of where the buck stops with an archetype like this. I think it's, like I said, it's really novel when you can beat your opponent without playing creatures in your deck, but at the same time, the creature finishers and the planeswalkers in this format are just so good that I don't think from a purely competitive standpoint necessarily makes sense to forego playing cards like Niv and Crackling Drake and these other powerful finishers. That's going to be it for me for tonight, folks. I'll catch all y'all around later. I am taking tomorrow, Sunday off, but I'll be back at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time on Monday. I'm doing Magic Arena all day on Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday, I will be playing spreadsheets all day. We're going to be doing Modern and Legacy on Tuesday and Wednesday. And then Thursday and Friday are the days that we get the new set on Magic Arena. And I'm going to be doing probably 10-hour streams on both of those days or more, depending on how I'm feeling. So catch y'all around later. And remember, if you want more of my content, you can check out my website and my YouTube channel after I sign off here. So have a good one, folks. And for those of you that prefer to stay on Twitch, I'm going to find someone to host here real quick.